Hello everyone. I know I haven't posted any reviews lately because I have been kind of slightly busy with some family and personal work, and you can see the setup is also temporarily changed. I'm going to go back to my previous setup in a few days or months depending on how long that work takes, but in the meantime you'll be seeing this screen for the upcoming reviews as well. Now today I'm going to review a very interesting application that came to me recently. It's called the Doodle Peak or the Doodle Mania by Amin. Now, imagine this scenario. You hand your phone to the spectator opening a very innocent looking doodle application and you ask them draw something on it. Now they draw something on it, and once they are done you ask them to press the delete button and they delete the drawing, and you ask them to draw something unrelated to the previous drawing. Done. Now once they are done, you take the phone and you can immediately tell them what their initial drawing was, giving a reading, looking at the second drawing and giving them a reading, and you tell them what their previous drawing was. Now the second presentation to this can be this is interesting. I love this the most. You give them your doodle application and you ask them to write the name of a celebrity or a person close to them, their partner's name, their first crush, or anything. It can be a name or a place or something like that. You ask them to draw, write. Now once they are done, you ask them to delete that, and then you ask them to draw something that kind of belongs to that person, or maybe something that is very important to that person. It can be an object or something that they might have gifted to you. Now once they are done drawing that, you see the drawing and you immediately give them a reading and tell them the name of the person they thought of. Now this is a very interesting presentation that I like. Now this is one way that you can know the information from the application, and there is a second way where you do not even have to touch the phone. You give them the phone, you ask them to draw something or write something, and immediately you can tell them what they have done or what they drew. Now with this method you can even be in another room and you still know what they drew, and they can draw multiple times, they can erase multiple times, they can draw multiple times, and you still know what they drew or wrote. That is the second way that you know the information. So that is what Doodle Peak does. You can find it on the App Store. It's there by the name, Doodle Peak. You can find it over there. So what exactly is a Doodle Peak? What it looks like? It looks like a very innocent looking doodle application that is in your phone. It renames itself to Doodle Mania so that it camouflages to on your phone and looks like just an innocent looking doodle app. So this is what it looks like, Doodle Mania. And if you open it, you can see it just looks like a doodle application where you can draw anything. You can change the color, you can draw something, you can delete it. That's what it looks like. So wonderful UI, very simple looking UI, no complicated buttons or anything, which is the best part of this. It does not have any complicated thing. It's just a simple doodle app, but it does a very powerful thing. It is a simple thing, simplicity at its best, minimalist at its best, just does one thing, gives you information. That's it. So it is designed to be minimal, it is designed to be fast, no complication, no complicated buttons, no complicated menus or anything. That is what it is designed to do. It does not fail ever. It does its job. It just does one thing, gives you the information, and it does it very, very well. Now, what are the pros and cons of it? Now, let's cover the pros, what I like about it. So the creator Amin, he sent me this application and said, if you like it, make a review. So since I am making this review, I'm loving it. I'm loving this application and I'm using it a lot in my shows. So here are the pros and cons of this application. The very first thing is that this is designed to be very, very simple and effective, very fast. So that's one of the advantages of this. It is very, very fast because it is quite simple and minimalistic. it does just one thing, that sends you the information, shows you the information. It never fails. It never fails because, like I said, it's it's a simple UI. It shows you the information that the spectator draws or writes. So it does it very effectively. Now the second advantage of this is that when you take back the phone, when you look at the information, you can quickly glance at it and it immediately goes back to the second drawing that they drew. So even if they could think of a peak history kind of a thing, they will never find it, because you are always at that screen, the second drawing that they drew, and you can show it and you can present it in a kind of a reading. Because the routine of this, it's so simple but it's so effective, it justifies your action of taking at the phone, because you need to look at the drawing that they did, right? You immediately turn around, you glimpse at their original drawing, and immediately it goes back to the screen that they drew the second time, and you can look at it and you can give them a reading and you can tell them what their initial drawing was or what was the name that they thought of. So it's quite nice. It's quite simple. There are no extra buttons, there are no extra, you can see the application, it's so simple. There are no extra additional menu or anything like that they will find. So it's quite simple, quite nice, it's quite beautiful. Yeah, so that is one of the advantages that I like about it. It's quite simple. And the action of taking a peek, right now I'm looking at the previous drawing and looking at the peak, and immediately when you turn around, there is no peak to be seen, and I can see the peak and there is no peak. For example, if I draw something else over here, and I can right now see the initial drawing, and immediately if I turn around, I can show the second drawing. So that is also a very nice advantage of this application. The third advantage, which is according to me the best thing, the best case scenario, is when you hand them the phone, you give them the phone, you ask them to draw anything, and you never touch the phone. This is achieved by another application, the same application, but you need to install it on your Apple Watch. It's a companion application. Now if they draw something on that Doodle app, you can in real time see exactly what they are doing. So I'll just quickly show you the application. It looks something like this. It is by the same name, and here you go. You can see this screen, and whenever you raise your hand to take a look, you can immediately see the exact same drawing that they do. And the advantage of this is that they can draw, they can delete, they can draw, they can delete, and every time you can take a peek on your watch while you turn around, or while they are doing it, you just turn around and face the other way, and you can keep on remembering whatever they draw. And the best part is that you do not even have to be in the same room. Now if you go to another room, I just tested it out today, it has got a wonderful range. You can be in another room, even out of the house, but you will still see whatever they write on the application on the watch. So that is the best part of this application. Now the price is quite a deal, because considering other similar applications in the market which are quite expensive, this on the other hand is very cheap. It is a deal. You can check it out on the App Store. You can just check it out right now. Go ahead on the App Store and search for Doodle Peak, and you can check the prices over there. It's very cheap compared to other applications in the market which does similar things, but this does it way better according to me, because it is designed to do just one thing and it does it wonderfully. And based on the price, it completely justifies the thing that it does. It is a tool, right? It is a tool, but the price, like, try to understand, like, I'm comparing to what it does to its price. Compared to that, the price is very, very cheap. So you can get it right now. There are no setup that is required. You just need to install and it's ready to go. It almost feels impromptu. For example, you have this application loaded in your phone. Imagine you don't even have your watch. It still works with the initial presentation. It is on your phone. If someone asks you to show something, if you perform that with the presentation that I told you, and by the way, presentation can be anything, right? You can just use your imagination, but the presentation that I told you, if you perform that, their minds will be blown, because there is no way to backtrack whatever you did. And when you are presenting it the way that I told you, like giving them a reading or something like that, it just kills. Yeah, see, don't go by the simplicity of this thing. It is kind of a blank paper and a pen, and you do a killer mind reading routine. It is just similar to that, but it makes your life a lot more easier. Since there are no setup, nothing, it is always ready to go in your pocket. Now there are no external thing that is needed, no external, no connection, no nothing. If you're not using the watch, there is nothing that is required. It's just on your phone and you can perform it anywhere, anytime. And like I have mentioned multiple times, this application is simplicity at its best, a minimalist application which does one thing and it does it beautifully. Now coming to the cons, let me tell you the cons that I always mentioned always have a solution to it. Even this application has some cons, but there are workarounds to it. The very first con that I'd like to clear out, which has no workaround right now, is this is an iOS based application. This works only in iOS. There is a similar application for Android, which if you are an Android user, I'm so sorry for Android users, this is an iOS application. But if you want to do a similar kind of an application, there is another application which does kind of similar thing. I am not sure about the price or something, or even the name. I think it's called Zener or something like that. I'm not sure, check it out. But for iOS users, this is your best option right now. Now the second con is that for me it's not a con, because I focus mostly on my presentation and nothing else. But for some it might be a drawback that this can be done only with the performer's phone, just my phone. If you are a magician, you can just perform it on your phone, not on the spectator's phone. If you are looking for something like kind of a magician fooler or something like that, this can be a drawback for you. But consider this: when you are performing a spectator or something like that, you take a paper out of your pocket or a pen out of your pocket, no member of the audience will ask that I'm going to give you a paper and a pen. No one asks, no one cares. You just focus on your presentation, and the memory that they drew something on their phone will be completely erased, because once you are done, you can just keep the phone aside and just look at them and do your presentation, do your thing. No audience member will ever ask you that do it with my phone or something like that, because the phone is not the thing. The phone is not the highlight, it's your presentation. So even if you are doing it on your phone, the presentation takes you way far from the actual method. The second con is that the watch, the application on the watch, the UI is black text on white screen, which if the watch is on full brightness kind of may affect your presentation, because if it was a white text on black screen, it would have been more discreet and you could have openly taken a peek. But there are workarounds for that as well. For example, Apple Watch, they have the raise to wake function. So if you have your hands down towards your side and you do not raise your hand, the screen will not come up, and whenever you are turned around, you turn it towards yourself, only then the peak, you will see the screen as a peak. So that is one of the workarounds. Then the second workaround is you can reduce the brightness of your Apple Watch, so that even if you take a peek like this, because usually how I used to take a peek with the other application was by doing this action. Think of the name, and I used to take a peek. Since it is a white screen right now, it might flash. So if you reduce the brightness or you just raise your hand whenever you want to take a peek. You can just avoid flashing the white screen on your watch. So there is a solution. Like I said, each con that I mentioned always have a solution, always have a workaround. And one more disadvantage according to me is that it has no peak history, but that I don't consider it as a complete disadvantage, because that might be an advantage for some as well, because it completely eliminates the method, because it makes the UI more simplistic. And if you are not using a watch, you can just reveal one information at a time, because there is no peak history or anything like that. But if you are using a watch, you can reveal multiple information, because it sends out real-time information on your watch. So yeah, so that is one of the kind of a drawback. There is no peak history. And also one thing is that, like I said, it is a simple application. It just does one thing. I'm considering it to be more complicated, because it would have been really nice if it had a lot of integration with other applications as well. Maybe in future the creator, Amin, might add those features as well, but right now it is doing its job wonderfully. And I would suggest you all to check this wonderful application out, and I'm sure you will love it, because if you are looking for an application which will allow you, a tool which will allow you to read minds in the fairest and cleanest possible way, this one is for you. If you're looking for an application which is quite cheap and is on your phone, always ready to go, this one is for you. So I'd suggest you to get that. So my final thoughts would be, this is a very reliable, very simple application which does its job really well, which allows you to take a peek of a drawing or something written on the Doodle application, which allows you to focus on your presentation more, because it just gives you the information on the screen. Perfect for performers like me who just want a straightforward thing, just nothing complicated. No pressing the volume button, no pressing any menus, no turning over screen or nothing like that. Just straightforward information delivered right to you. So this is for performers like myself. So I would suggest you all to check this out. You can find it on the App Store by the name Doodle Peak. It installs itself as Doodle Mania just to camouflage the name itself. And yeah, check it out. I'm sure you'll love it, and let me know in the comments once you use it. And if you like this video, give this a thumbs up. Share it with your magician friends so that they can check it out as well. Check this application, wonderful application, out as well. And do let me know if you want me to review your product or some product that you are planning to buy. And if I get my hands on it, I'm surely going to review it. And I know I haven't lately done any reviews, but I do have a lot of other reviews, a lot of wonderful application and products in the pipeline, which I'm going to review it very soon. So stay tuned and do subscribe if you haven't subscribed to my channel, and you can ask your magician friends to subscribe as well. So that was it for today. I'll see you again in the next. Bye bye.